Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Simple Survival on the Simple Survival server. Welcome back with me, QUARRY-88. How are you doing? Did you miss me? I'm going to start today's episode with a couple of sad points, I suppose, because everyone knows that that's a really good way to lead with your intro. But I just wanted to firstly say sorry that this episode is now 2 weeks late, I believe, at time of recording. I've been very busy in my home life, so very sorry about that. Need to fall off the building. I've also, you may have noticed that I've got the chat just showing up there. I had gotten into a habit of turning the chat off, but on a few clips where I've forgotten to turn the chat off, a few people have said that they've actually quite enjoyed spotting their names pop up, and I can always blank out any naughty words, so I thought I would show it from now on. If you don't like it, let me know and I'll think about removing it. But the second very sad thing that I need to talk about is, if anyone remembers I think it was episode 2 or episode 3 that I ever made, this is my closest neighbour. They built this amazing looking house and then they just disappeared. They left me. So I built a giant cuzzer face, which as you can see has been magnificently graffitied. And I left a nice little welcome message on a pedestal here. They even stole the pedestal and the welcome message. And I left a load of resources, which obviously, shock horror, they've gone. But it appears that the claim must have timed out, or it's been rescinded, because as you can see, it's been griefed pretty hard already. But yeah, everything seems to be able to be chopped down, which is a shame. So I don't think I managed to entice my friend back with the giant cuzzer face. So looks like I'm going to be forever alone out on Chateau de la Cuzza. Or so you would have thought. Because clearly I'm not alone for two reasons. One, I'm sure I didn't plant these trees. Or if I did, I didn't plant them, as big as they are. They look very nice, and so if you were the person that planted them for me, thank you very much. They look very good. Secondly, we'll get back to this in a second. I have been left this. You know from who? The Hobbit stole 3 for his bed. Yeah, so obviously that's 3 off the stack there. I don't know who from, but thank you very much, I guess, for the shulker of white wool. And the Hobbit, of course, that he was indeed referencing, is obviously my new native Hobbit. Is date pick. This is my Hobbit hole. Please let me live in peace. I mean, I don't know who you are, but absolutely 100% big lad. You can live here in peace. In fact, just to make sure you do get left in peace, Date Pit lives here. Leave me be, or else. QUARRY-88. We'll just... There we are. Oh, bit of vandalism. There you go. It's all good. It's all good. There we go. Nice little Hobbit hole. So yeah, this episode's been delayed massively. It feels like forever that Collapse Deep came round and Sky. We'll go with Sky. Sky came round. They gate crashed my trophies room, which has now got Panda in it, and they gave me an amazing trident. And then I went on a bit of a tour with Collapse Deep, saw his place, which is absolutely amazing. And we got kind of talking on a business proposal about a shop, because again, I'm still looking for a shop. So hey, if you've got a shop on the Phoenix server and you fancy letting out a room, let me know. I could be into business. But yeah, there's been so much going on, and yeah, basically I just want to say sorry. So to say sorry, I'm going to tell you right now what my next 3 projects are going to be. Yep, that's right, my next 3 projects. I'm going to tell you what every single one is going to be. So one of the projects I'm going to be doing, as I've already mentioned before, is this. So this can be a communal XP farm where people can come along, they get all of the XP, which they're going to love, but finally the sun comes out. I decided I couldn't delay starting recording any longer. I was like, I can't wait all day for the sunshine. and now the sunshine's come out. More on that in a minute. But yeah, I'm going to be building this. It's going to be a communal XP farm, and I'm going to get all the drops, which I'm then obviously going to use to stock my shop. And people can come to the server, have a look around the homestead, have a little look, hopefully feel a little bit inspired, and yeah, just have a little look around and get the XP while they're here, which I think hopefully people are going to enjoy. But I'm not going to start this project today, and there's a couple of reasons why. One of them being I put wither skeleton spawners in here, and you can only silk touch spawners if you've got donate a perk or above, which I will do soon, but I'm not getting it till a couple of weeks time, because you know, money. So yeah, this is going to wait until then. The other project that I was going to do was a project that Techie is pointing me in the direction of, which I went to go visit today, and I realised it is a phenomenal distance away from me. So again, I'm going to wait until I get that donator rank, where you can then have multiple beds put down, multiple homes, and then I can travel there once and once only, put a bed down, and I can just hop between the two places. So that leaves me with another two projects that I could do. I could finish the forge, which I've been finishing for several episodes now, or I could finally do the interior, which I've been joking about. Yeah, so I decided I'd split the difference. I would do 50% on the interior, 50% on the forge. That seems reasonable, right? So to that end, let's start working on the interior. And no, I don't need to go up that way. Oh no, we're not working on that interior. We're working on this interior. So some of you may recognize this. I built this in my very first ever episode that I ever made, including this hidden passageway here, which moldy old boots. It's a little nod to the Harry Potter reference. Voila. And yeah, this has been unfinished for ages. I mean, look at this. One, brewing stand, fire, head, brewing stand. No head. So, boom. There we go. That is officially another project completed. I know, right? I know. Take a bow. Take a bow, dude. Take a bow. So, yeah, that's the interior done for this episode. So, let's make a start on that forge, shall we? So when I say I'm finishing off the forge, then yes, of course I am talking about the little minor details, like this back window that's never been done, and things like that. But the main one that I'm talking about is the big project here, because I need to get this done before I can really start terraforming and finishing all this up, which is obviously going to lead into my big project, which is going to be the communal XP farm. And that is this whole conveyor belt system. It needs to have a supply, or I want it to have a supply. So I want this to probably extend a little bit further this way. So I'll probably extend it a little bit more, and then I'm going to dig an actual quarry. Fortunately, Techie has left me some beacons, so thank you very much, Techie. And yeah, I'm going to dig an actual quarry, detail it, make it look pretty. It's going to have mine carts in it, all that sort of stuff in, and then probably a couple of cranes and that sort of thing. Again, I wish I could do a third-party time lapse, but I can't, unfortunately, because of the limits of the server. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably hop in between a little bit of recording on my second account for a bit of perspective, and the rest of it will be a talky buildy innit? Is that alright? Are we okay with that? Well, I'm sure you let me know below if in the comments if you're not. So as you can see, I've moved a full beacon into position, courtesy of Techie, thank you very much, and I've marked out a rough outline of a shape that I think looks quite natural and I'm happy with. And straight away, I wish I had a beacon and netherite gear when I dug my lake at the top of the hill, because this took very little time at all, really. I don't want to go too deep with it, as I want it to look like a quarry that's in the process of being dug out, rather than saying all the way to bedrock. And you know, I'm having ores and things being exposed in the walls. But yeah, before I get to the stage of adding details and texturizing, I've got to have a rough outline and something to be working with, and then I can sort of eyeball it and go from there. Okay, cool. So as you can see, that's the general shape of the quarry dug out to roughly the depth I think I'm probably going to go with. I might go a little deeper, but what I want to do now is I want to start putting in loosely the ramp, the access ramp that's going to let you get to the bottom of the quarry, as if you was like wheeling carts up and down it kind of thing. Then once that's in, I can like texturize the ramp, I can texturize the walls, and I can start changing different heights in here because I want it to look like it's being dug out and worked on rather than it just all being like one flat bottom. And I might even crumble the walls in a bit, if you know what I mean, as if they're collapsing in a bit of a V shape rather than just sheer drops down, just so it's a little bit more natural looking, like a quarry. Several hours later, and cool, so as you can see, I've made a start now on texturizing. This is the kind of thing that I'm going to be going for. I've done up to there. I brought the beacon down here. I might keep the beacon down here for the finished product, but I'm still messing around with what I'm going to be doing in the center here. Like I started piling up some ores to be lifted by a crane, but I don't really know exactly what I'm doing here at the minute. But yeah, I might keep the beacon down here, although it might distract from the design a little bit. But yeah, this definitely 100%. This is what I'm going for. So I'm trying to make it look like, as I've excavated, I've revealed certain precious materials and ores and things in the cliff face. You can see the emeralds over there hidden in. And I'm just trying to, I don't want to replace all of the materials as I've dug through, because like this is the kind of materials that you get in the ground anyway. But what I want to stop is, you can see here, it's a perfect line of where the earth and everything ends. So what I'm trying to do is just mix it in a little bit, make it look like a more natural transition from the earth to the stuff below, and then just add little bits of interest like some stacked up barrels here, little ladder here to get up to a ledge where we've been potentially mining some iron, and then I've been adding little buttons here just to make it look like loose stones and things that have been falling down or being disturbed, and even trying to add a little bit of greenery and all that sort of stuff, and added this little detailed ramp going up here. I've not done any sort of terraforming around here because as we get into the air, so I'm going to start doing some of the stuff around the outside, but I don't do too much because I've got this river that I want to landscape in. So I'm going to sort of do all of the texturing of the quarry first. So I've still got quite a bit to do, and then once that's done, I will probably call that a day for this project. And then as part of the terraforming around here, that's when I'll then do things like the cranes, because at the minute, if you would like to give me your input down below in the comments, but at the minute I can't decide what I want to do with the cranes. I'm thinking either put one here, like a giant one reaching in, or I might put maybe a couple of giant ones around and then have a stockpile area of ores that the big cranes have been pulling out, and then like a mini crane here that then takes the ores from a stockpile onto the conveyor belt. But I'm not 100% sure. All I know is I want a crane. I want a crane that I'm going to pull stuff out of the main quarry with, but exactly where I'm going to put it, I've not decided yet. But looking at the amount of time that I've been doing this episode for, I'm going to call it an episode there for today. I just thought I'd give you a quick rundown on the things that I've done off camera. So I've added, finally done all the windows around here, added this window here on the side of the forge, and my water mill has actually, or water wheel even, has actually got something to anchor into. The forge area's finally got a door and it has a little bit of life with this minecart going around to pick up the ores from the front. And if you have a little look in here, I've got my hazmat suits, my hand washing stations before you come in and start doing stuff in the forge area. And I've got more stuff going on up on the ceiling now. Tidied up this entranceway where the ores come in, which I was quite happy with. And actually, I don't think many of you would have noticed, but I actually finally texturized the chimney. I've got to do, there is still some more stuff to do in here, but this is now it's pretty much, it's 90% done. It's mostly done. And very importantly, because I now have the forge area done, I actually cleared out my old storage space area and actually did do some interior. So this is my second set of netherite armor there. And then this is my wife's personal favourite bit of map art that I own, Baby Groot, very cool. That was my first ever set of diamond armour on the server, and then I just picked this up in the market. I can't really remember where I bought it from now, but I liked it. Then lastly down in here then, so this is still a work in progress. I've been gathering bits and bobs for a project I'm going to do in the next episode. Kazza, just in case you didn't know where you were. And when I was clearing out my stuff, I came across, where is it? Ah, here we go. So I came across my first sword, my first Silky McSilkface, my first diamond tools. But I came across all this stuff that I had no idea where it came from. So I think that might be a glitched item. Next page. Reuben, I no idea what that is. Plant 5-on-7 sword. I don't know if that's a new person that came around and they were taking stuff out of the boxes and left that. A thank you mushroom. No, thank you. Again, no idea where that came from. And Medal of Honor. So, if you can shed any light on what those items are, that would be absolutely fantastic. Once again, just want to apologise on how late this episode is going to be. If you didn't like me having the chat on in the bottom of the yeah, once again, I just want to apologise on the lateness of this episode. If you didn't like having the chat on in the recording, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make sure it's not on for any future recordings. So my episodes, they might slip to one a fortnight. My logic being is that a lot of the projects that I'm doing now are quite big projects, so I could have had this episode out earlier, but the episode would have basically been, hey look, I built a window and I tidied my storage area up, which personally I don't think is going to be fantastic. Oh, hello. Fantastic for you to watch. So I wanted to do a bit more until I had something a bit more meatier to show you, like an actual dug quarry with a little bit of texturizing too. Yeah, again, I still not managed to get the project done in one go, but at least there's more to show than just, hi, yeah, I gathered some resources and tidied my base up a bit. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you have, don't forget to give it a like and give me a subscribe, and until next time, love you, miss you, bye.